First, let me show you how it works. You see, when I click my mouse, it will begin to draw the cue stick, and when I release the mouse, it will kick the white ball. Okay, let me go through my code one by one. So here you see I organize my code into 6 files: sketch.js, constants, draw, event hooker, make and setup, and utils. First, let's go through constants.js. So in this file, I put all the constant value here. You see, first is canvas, table size, table X, table Y, ball radius, pocket radius, boundary size, and then in this part is physical configuration. So I set these parameters. I refer to a website. Here is the pool physics property constants. I refer to these parameters. Of course, I adjust these parameters according to my snooker app. So I think in this value it works well. Then is ball colors, and create different objects for the color balls. Then I put these color balls in an array. Then I create the object for boundaries, and I put these boundary objects in this array, boundary definition. And last, I create pocket positions to put all the pocket positions in this array. Next, let's see sketch.js. So we should be quite familiar with sketch.js when we learn P5.js. It has setup function, draw function, except that I also put 3 mouse interactions function here. In the setup function, I set up engine, set up table, set up boundaries on the pockets, set up balls. All these functions we could find in make and setup.js. And then in draw function, I draw table, draw reference line, draw boundaries and pockets, draw balls, draw cue stick, draw scoreboard. All these functions we could find in draw.js. I will go through these functions later. And then in mouse pressed, I record the XY location as the top of our cue stick. You can see in this console log, will show you when I press my mouse, it will console log the top position of our cue stick. And then in the mouse drag function, it will set the start draw cue stick to true, and this will trigger to draw the cue stick. Draw cue stick here, you see in the draw.js file. Okay. And the last is mouse release function. In this function, it mainly called the kick the cue ball function. Yeah, that's in event hooker JS file. You see here. Yeah, we will look at it later. Okay, so that is sketch.js. Now let's go through make and setup.js. So this file is mainly for set up all the objects for meta.js. First is setup engine and setup table. Yeah, this is the background of table, and this is the actual table. And it's create a rectangle of the is create a rectangle, and then set up boundaries and pockets. So here because we already have the location of pockets and boundaries, so I can use it directly. I use map function, and I call make pocket function. Here you see the make pocket function. Actually we create two circles, the inter smaller circle and the outside bigger circle. So the outside circle is the visual pocket, so it's for display, and the inner circle is actually used for the collision detection, because I want to simulate the ball roll into the pocket and then disappear. Okay, let's go back. And for boundary, I call make boundary function. Here, let's just create some rectangles. Then it's set up color balls function. So in this function, I just draw all the color balls. Inside, I call make balls function. You see, I pass in x, y, radius, file style, label, score these parameters. The file style is for fill the color of the ball, and the label is used for collision detection later, and the score is the score value of the different color balls. Next is set up red balls. So you see in the beginning, the red balls should display in a triangle pattern. So I use for loop to draw this triangle pattern, and inside I still call the make ball function. Yeah. Next is set up white ball function, and in this function I pass it a pause parameter, and you see in the beginning I call this remove object by reference function, because for the white ball it's a little tricky, because when we kick the white ball into the pocket, it should be create a new white ball in its previous position, and the old white ball should disappear. So this remove object by reference is for delete the old white ball. So the pause is for pass it the previous position of the white ball, so it can create a new white ball in this previous position. Okay, this is made white ball. This call made ball function to create the white ball. Yeah, and then it's set up balls function. So this just I put all the set up balls function here, set up red ball, set up white ball, set up color balls, these three functions inside, and then it's it's the functions to make ball, make boundary, make pocket. We already set. Okay, so that is make and set up JS. Then let's see draw.js. So draw.js is all about the draw functions. We draw all the objects to canvas. First is draw table, and then draw boundaries and pockets. We use boundaries and pockets positions directly, and then draw balls. So this means draw all balls, include white ball, color balls, and then draw a scoreboard. You see here I create a scoreboard, and then draw cue stick. So yeah, I already explained. When I press my mouse and release it, it will kick the ball and draw the cue stick. And you also see, even if I drag my mouse very far from the white ball, I limit the maximum length of the cue stick. That is, I don't want I kick the white ball too hard, the white ball will fly out of the of the table. So now I limit the maximum force. Okay, and then it's draw reference line. So it's just draw this line and a semicircle in the table. Next, let's go through event hooker. So in this file, I mainly put 3 functions: kick the cue ball function, handle collision function, and update score. In kick the cue ball, first I also call the limit vector size function to limit the maximum length of the cue stick. So now actually the maximum endpoint of our cue stick is here, and then I check the distance of our top of cue stick to the white ball. If it's smaller than some threshold, we will use a force to the white ball. So the force is calculated by use cue stick position minus final post position. Okay, you see, if the cue stick is too far from the white ball, it won't kick the white ball, and here it console log too far, can reach the ball. Okay, then handle collision function. Here I put the event on hooker. Let me find it. Set up balls. It should be. Here. So I put the event on hooker in setup balls. So event on is a method in Matter.js to subscribe an event. In this case, a collision event. So when a collision occurred, the handle collision function will be triggered. This function, and according to the documentation in Matter.js, we can pass an event object in it. The event object contains the collision information of this event. So it has a pairs attribution. Each pair object consists of 2 bodies, body A, body B, that collided with each other. So now, so here I use the destructuring assignment to assign the to extract the body A, body B value, and I declare a label. It includes body A label and the body B label. And then in the if statement, I check if the label includes ball and includes pockets. That means the collision happens between a ball and pockets. I find in this case the body B is always the ball, so I call the update score function and I pass the ball to it. So you see, I will show you. So you see, I console log the collision. See, it's between red ball, pink ball. Yeah, I will show you a ball collision with a pocket. It's a little. Let me kick a white ball to the pocket. You see, now my score is -1, and we find, this console log pocket with white ball. so it works. And when the collision happened between two balls, I will call limit speed of these two balls. And last is update score function, and I will check if the ball is white ball. I will set the white ball to the previous position, so I call setup white ball function again, else remove object by reference. So if it is not a white ball, it's a colored ball, the score will increase and the color ball will disappear. Yeah. Okay, that's the event hooker function. Last is util.js. So in this JS file is all pure functions, and we can use it in other applications in future. So it has a remove object by reference. We can use it to remove a ball from an array, and draw vertices. Limit speed, I use it to limit the speed of the ball, and limit vector size, I use it to limit the length of our cue stick. Okay, that's it. That's my code. And the last, let me try to kick a colored ball to the pocket. Okay, take some. Okay, you see, I kick a black ball into the pocket, and now my score is 6. That's all. Thanks for watching.